All right, thank you, Emily. In today's Author Spotlight, we welcome Christopher D. Connors, author of the Amazon bestseller, The Value of You. He joins me now with more on his book and how it can help you stick to your New Year's resolutions. Welcome to the show. Good
Thank
to
you,
see
Erin.
you.
Great to see you.
You just, a lot of people leaned in because we made those resolutions and might already be like falling off the bandwagon, if you will. But tell me more about like the value of you and what inspired you to write this book.
Sure. So I think, kind of my why and my mission at its core is to want to help and serve other people to really reach their goals and to bridge that gap between where they are and where they really want to be.
Okay.
So I think it was a natural fit for me to want to do something inspirational. So I took a topic that has meant a lot to me in my life of, helped me to make sense of my journey of where I've really wanted to go. And I've seen kind of a common thread with other people that often they'll just jump into doing something without really having a solid foundation for why they're doing what they're doing.
Sure.
So for me, that was values, and I wanted to be able to take a topic that I'd learned a lot through just experience of having, great parents, family, and now wife and children, and all the people that I've met throughout my professional career. I've just noticed that things like honesty, courage, confidence, faith, these are values that really give life to the human spirit and give meaning to who we are. And so wanted to lay that out in a book and be able to help people to kind of bridge that gap from where they are to where they want to be.
Okay, and this is your first book.
It is,
So
yeah.
exciting, a big feat, and it's a big book, so I'm sure it took you a while or was marinating for a while before you
Sure.
put it to print. What will we expect as we go through this, kind of chapter by chapter?
So the book starts out, I call the first chapter of the book The Journey, and it details a little bit more about, my own journey in life, and I also bring it back to the reader to detail for them, here are kind of the steps that are worth taking to really get to where you want to be, of defining success for your life and putting together that why and that mission statement.
So is this something that kind of like a work-along book? Maybe we might be jotting notes down as we read it?
Absolutely.
Okay.
So the book functions really as a guide.
Gotcha.
It's meant more to be a reference where it certainly could be a straight read through. I've gotten excellent feedback on it so far, but really the intent of the book and what I lay out in that first chapter is that I want the book to be something that you can come back to. So when you're maybe a little bit down and you need that, dose of self-esteem, you can look at things like confidence. You can focus on discipline or just other positive attitude and a hard work ethic, which I'm such a big believer in. So the rest of the book is laid out. There's 20 values chapters, and each chapter goes through the value, talks and defines it in the beginning, lists the core of what the value is really all about, some obstacles to living that value, and then in the end, where I really go for the win at the end of the chapter is I have a game plan section that really lays out some personal development and self-improvement steps of how to get there. So I think it's very important to have that foundation, but so much of what the book is really about is having that game plan to really go for it.
And I like that because sometimes things are too ambiguous, so like you are clear with what people need to do. There are a lot of books out there which are aimed to help people and guide people. How do you stand out? What makes this different from the crowd?
So one of the things I talk about in the intro chapter is I'll say, remember when we were kids and we'd go to that friend's house up the street and in their den they'd have like a World Book Encyclopedia set, or they'd have one of those Britannica Encyclopedia sets. And so for me what this book is, again, it's meant to be a guide. It's meant to be something that you turn back to when maybe you're feeling a little bit down, or you just need kind of that self-assurance to keep living the life that you really want to live. And so I think that that's it. And also as well, what we just kind of discussed is that it's so important to have that foundation, but it's also important to put together a plan, because those things to me lead to taking the action. And again, I think I was just saying that so many people often just jump right into something, and when they don't get the results they want, they get discouraged and they get down and they wonder, well, why is this not working for me? And so to me, what I've seen in my business career, working in management consulting and project management, I've coached high school basketball and worked with a lot of different people. And I've really found that if you build that foundation, if you're willing to do the work, the results and the benefits will be there.
Makes so much sense. Amazon bestseller. I imagine we can get it on Amazon. Anywhere else where we can find you or find more information?
Yeah, so certainly. So you're seeing here the paperback. Where I've really had a lot of success is with the ebook online. Great. So you can get that on your tablet. You can
get that right now. Download that instantly.
Absolutely.
All right,
so.
Christopher, thank you so much. Congratulations on the new baby, too.
Thank you, Erin. I appreciate it.
Proud papa to two right there. Hey, we've got more Lowcountry Live right after this. And again, The Value of You, Amazon's bestseller for purchase on Amazon. We'll be right back.